been looking forward to this flight for a long time, and judging by the countless requests we received from you guys, it seems like I wasn't the only one. Today, we're finally flying aboard Taiwan's newest airline, Starlux. The airline commenced operation only in early 2020. Impeccable timing to launch an airline. But against all odds, Starlux managed to not just pull itself through the pandemic, but grow into a profitable airline, posting a roughly $15 million operating profit for 2023. That's even more impressive considering Taiwan already has not one, but two other world-class carriers, China Airlines and EVA Air, which we've both covered on our channel extensively in the past, including in detailed narrated videos like this one. Trying to set itself apart from two already fantastic airlines by striving for even more pronounced excellence is an audacious undertaking, which makes me all the more thrilled to finally be able to give them a try. So today, let me take you along a 2.5-hour flight aboard their flagship Airbus A350 in economy class and explore in what ways they excel, what they do differently to leave such a lasting impression, and whether they're actually worth the price. Probably the most impressive thing about Starlux is just how new everything is. After barely 4 years of operation, they still employ one of the world's youngest fleets, consisting of exclusively factory-delivered aircraft, equipped with cabins designed precisely to Starlux's specifications. As of October 2024, Starlux has 13 Airbus A321neos, 5 A330neos, and 6 Airbus A350-900s, with a bunch more of each on order, plus some of the larger A350-1000s and A350 freighters. Their oldest plane was built only in 2019. Anyway, I'm just leaving my $50 a night hotel because every euro I save on hotels is a euro I can spend on flights, which at the end of the day is what all of these amazing people contribute their hard-earned money to. Their financial support enables us to put more effort into these videos, such as taking the time to animate airlines' fleets like this and continuously expand the number of airlines showcased on our channel. New ones to be featured soon in detailed videos include Air Japan, Rwand Air, and Air Niugini. And if you don't want to miss these videos, make sure you are subscribed. And if you feel like contributing to our mission to create the most detailed flight reviews on YouTube, find out how to become a channel member by clicking on the join button beneath this video. Besides the low price, I also picked this hotel due to its proximity to Taipei Station, the terminus of the Taoyuan Airport MRT, an express rail line connecting the center of Taipei directly with Taoyuan Airport. The train takes 35 minutes from Taipei Station to the airport, runs every 15 minutes from around 6 AM until 11:30 at night, and costs 150 new Taiwan dollars one way, which is more or less $5, so taking the train is a no-brainer. Taipei Station is also home to a city check-in area, where you can drop off bags and receive boarding passes, saving you some time at the airport. Unfortunately for us, it only opens at 6, and since the first train of the day leaves at 6, we'll just have to drop off our bag at the airport. The Taoyuan Airport MRT is emblematic for most Airport Express rail lines. It's reliable, clean, offers fast Wi-Fi, however, is often noticeably crowded. On my way into the city 2 days ago, I ended up having to stand for the 35-minute-long journey, so while convenient, it's not perfect. We've just arrived beneath Terminal 1, and I have to briefly elaborate on Taoyuan Airport's terminal layout. The numbers 1 and 2 mainly refer to the arrival and departure halls of the airport, whereas the boarding areas are grouped by letters. Both terminals connect to all 4 boarding areas, and the airlines based here make use of various combinations of them. Starlux, for instance, uses both terminals for check-in, and you'll have to consult your booking confirmation or check their website which terminal you'll need to go to. We're flying up to Japan today, specifically to Osaka's Kansai International Airport, which means we're departing from Terminal 1. Starlux has a whopping 5 different check-in lines for first class, business class, lower-tier frequent flyers, premium economy, and for us regular economy folk. After a quick and easy check-in procedure, and waiting for our bag to pass the camera, as is compulsory in parts of East Asia, we're off to our departure gate. As we're heading to boarding area A, we're passing Starlux's Galactic Lounge, and it gives us a good chance to talk a bit more about the airline's branding, because I have never seen anything like it before. Perhaps you've already picked up that Starlux's core brand inspiration is futuristic space travel. From the fonts they use, to their choice of earthy colors inspired by the colors of planets, and the various shades of grey you'd find on spacecraft, to their uniforms, every part of their design looks inventive and unusual. The lux in Starlux is Latin, meaning light, so Starlux means starlight, which is why you'll find a shimmering star in their logo. The first two characters of their Chinese name also mean star and universe. Their logo, by the way, is supposed to show two winglets placed atop each other, resembling the letter S, or, in a tilted fashion, the infinity symbol. And even though not officially stated, I believe the resemblance to the number 8, which is considered a lucky number in Taiwan, is also not coincidental. Anyway, what I actually wanted to highlight was how pronounced Starlux's space theme is throughout the journey. From the premium lounge being called the Galactic Lounge, to the levels of their frequent flyer program, Cosmile, being called Traveler, Adventurer, Explorer, and Insider, with a star once again shimmering in the center of the card design and the outlines of a planet visible on the side. After me rambling on the entire way here, we've finally made it. Gate A9, and over there you can already see the plane taking us to Osaka. We'll be traveling aboard Bravo 58504, a brand new 2023 built Airbus A350-900. This plane is so new, it'll be equipped with a feature you haven't seen on an A350 yet, something that the Boeing 787 Dreamliner is known for. The dichotomy between Starlux's ultra-modern, carefully crafted boarding screen designs and the dated, plain, standard layout of Taoyuan Airport's boarding screens is admittedly a bit amusing. Starlux's 6 A350s are all fitted with 4 classes. At the very front, there are 4 enclosed first-class suites, albeit not comparable with a true first class. Rather, these seats represent a growing trend among airlines to create a type of premium business class. Operating a true first class with its dedicated lounges and its enhanced service elements is rarely worth the massive additional investment for smaller carriers, which would only carry a couple dozen first-class passengers each day. So, what airlines have been doing lately is leave the ground and in-flight experience similar to business class, but simply invest in some bigger, more private seats aboard their planes and add some limited perks here or there to sweeten the deal. Condor has done this on their new Airbus A330neos, and so has Virgin Atlantic. Oman Air is also in the process of removing its limited first-class offering and replacing it with what they call the Business Studio, which they've invited us to try. So if you want to see what this concept looks like in action, make sure you are subscribed to our channel. As for Starlux, the extra perks compared to business class include simple things like priority check-in and boarding, as well as useful services such as a complimentary chauffeur service to and from Taoyuan Airport. In Los Angeles, first-class passengers get a very unique perk even, where they can use the airport's VIP terminal at no extra charge. This facility is completely separate from the regular terminal building and is what some Hollywood stars use to avoid the crowds inside the terminal building. However, you would be out of your mind if you expected us to give their first class a try. I wouldn't even be able to afford doing so on the 2-hour flight to Osaka, let alone from Los Angeles. This must be one of the priciest first-class products on the planet. I mean, if somebody at Starlux watches this video, I would accept a free first-class ticket, but you'd have to be okay with me telling my honest opinion, and I am suspicious as to whether this can be worth the price of an entire family's once-in-a-lifetime vacation. Starlux's business class isn't all that affordable either, but it does admittedly look gorgeous. They've chosen Collins Aerospace Element seats here, which are the successor of the popular Collins Aerospace Super Diamond seats. There are 26 of these in total, configured in a 1-2-1 configuration and confined between doors 1 and 2, together with the 4 first-class seats up front, to which there is no partition. We're passing through the plane's 4.5 rows of premium economy class, featuring 36 Recaro PL3530 seats in a 2-4-2 configuration. These seats are manufactured in Schwäbisch Hall in southern Germany, and I know that because just recently Recaro gave us an exclusive tour through their factory, which is a video that's worth watching too. As always, we try to give an airline's economy class a try before any of their other classes, so we'll be back here on today's flight. Starlux has chosen Recaro's CL3710 seats for its economy cabin, employing the A350's standard 333 layout. Which is noteworthy though, because these new A350s have redesigned wall panels, which increase the usable width of the cabin and, according to Airbus, would enable 10-seat per row layouts without diminished comfort, so it's commendable to see Starlux still going with 9 abreast. We're in 60K today, which I paid extra for to reserve during booking. A regular seat like this one is around 300 Taiwan dollars or slightly under 10 euros on this flight, with better seats costing more and prices also likely being higher for longer flights. Each seat is fitted with a sizable personal entertainment touchscreen, as well as headrests adjustable on the sides, vertically, and down here for some extra neck support. Despite the flight time being just under 3 hours, we are provided with a superbly comfy pillow with a soft, reusable fabric cover. A complimentary pair of headphones was already waiting for us, and the legroom is good for someone like me who's 180 centimeters tall. The seat also comes with this little extra pocket, handy for storing things like your phone, behind which you'll find the regular seatback pocket with things like the safety card and in-flight magazine. Bifold tray tables are installed too, as are cup and device holders with a bit of space behind it, perfect for safely storing small things like glasses. Above that, the aforementioned entertainment screen with its massive 13.3-inch diameter and adjustable too. USB-A and audio ports can be found at the bottom, and if you're frantically searching for that USB-C port, rest assured, one offering fast charging is available alongside the universal power port below the seats. 2 of these combo plugs are installed per each 3 seats. In the ceiling above, you will also find personal reading lights, which unfortunately aren't adjustable, and missing altogether are personal air vents. Starlux's space-themed branding shines brightest in its elaborately produced safety video.
乘新宇航空，皆様ご搭乗ありがとうございます。在展开一段舒适愉快的旅程之前，请仔細觀看以下安全影片，因為您的安全對我們而言非常重要。快適な空の旅をお届けする前に、次の機内安全ビデオをご覧ください。スターラックス航空は皆様の安全を最優先しております。お持ちにならないでください。店頭サインまたは乗務員の指示に従い、お近くの非常口から脱出してください。救生衣在您座位下或座位旁。
With that, we are ready for departure. After a slightly bumpy climb out of Taipei, it'll soon be time for lunch. Before that, let's have a brief look around the cabin. While the earthy bronze and grey tones look inviting and elegant upon boarding, from the view of a seated passenger, the cabin looks brighter and more tranquil, which gives it a comforting balance. As mentioned, the bulkhead seats cost extra to reserve, and the crew makes sure passengers don't just take a seat here during the flight. The lavatories are also neat, with moisturizing lotion and facial mist provided in economy class. When it comes to distinctive brandings, the only airline that comes to mind as somewhat of an equal is German leisure carrier Condor, where I said this about their new stripe-based design. I wouldn't have been surprised if they had also printed them on the freaking toilet paper. And I am mentioning this now because look at that. Starlux has branded toilet paper. What a legendary move. Right before boarding, I mentioned how this A350 has a feature which so far was only available on Boeing 787 Dreamliners. Well, here it is, the new dimmable windows for the A350. They are notably faster and get darker than the ones aboard the Boeing 787s, and a side-by-side comparison illustrates that difference. Starlux is the launch customer of this feature, and in contrast to the 787s, this will remain an optional feature for the A350s and soon also for the A330neos. I am not aware of any other airline having implemented dimmable windows on Airbus aircraft yet, and I'm quite happy about that, as I am not a big fan of dimmable windows on airplanes. Apart from the fact that the crew can, and at some airlines does, override the controls so that you can't adjust them anymore, what I have noticed on today's flight in particular is that they just get very hot when the sun shines directly on them. Classic mechanical window shades add another physical layer between you and the window, and since they are lightly colored, don't absorb as much of the sun's energy. The darkened window on today's flight to Osaka felt like sitting next to a radiator. I can see these dimmable windows being useful in business or first class, where you can control 2 or 3 of them simultaneously with a push of a single button, and are seated farther away from the window, but for me in economy class, the downsides outweigh the upsides. As the meal cart is slowly getting closer to our row, let's have a brief look at what the in-flight entertainment system has to offer. Starlux has installed Safran's Rave Ultra in-flight entertainment system, with these massive 4K touchscreens that come with an equally impressive library of movies, TV shows, music, and games to stream on demand. A separate kids mode is available too, as is a regular state-of-the-art map application. But best of all, this new system allows you to pair your own Bluetooth headphones with your screen, so no need for these low-quality airplane headphones, which are still offered for free even on flights this short. I also really love these new tablet holders, because I mostly watch stuff I downloaded off of YouTube or Netflix on planes, and this enables me to watch the in-flight map on one screen, my own stuff on my phone, while still having enough space to enjoy this gorgeous-looking meal. Despite the flight time of just 2.5 hours, this meal service is offered at no extra charge. Only one type of dish is available on board, because Starlux actually offers a free option to pre-order from a variety of meals on their website in all of their classes, meaning you can select your meal ahead of time on their website. This scrumptious main course consisted of Taiwanese barbecue pork belly, fried rice with hutong sauce, a thick street food style soy-based sauce, topped with steamed broccoli, egg, kimchi, and wood ear mushrooms, called mu'er in Chinese. This was served alongside warm bread rolls, a cup of fresh fruit, a piece of coffee cake, and Starlux even provides metal cutlery. Altogether, this meal service is almost hard to believe. I have been on short-haul flights where the business class meals were less substantial than this. This meal is nothing short of extraordinary, particularly in terms of the quality of the main dish and the overall presentation and design. Unsurprisingly, it was also very tasty. Before we begin our descent into Osaka, let's have a look at Starlux's in-flight magazine. In a time where some airlines are getting rid of theirs, Starlux still puts together a well-designed magazine called Kian, which is a colloquial Taiwanese phrase meaning "let's go." You can see their current network, focusing mainly on flights to Japan and Southeast Asia, offering non-stop service from Taipei to Sapporo, Hakodate, Sendai, Tokyo Narita, Nagoya, Osaka, Kansai, Fukuoka, Kumamoto, Okinawa, Hong Kong, Macau, Clark, Cebu, Hanoi, Da Nang, Ho Chi Minh City, Chiang Mai, Bangkok Suvarnabhumi, Phuket, Penang, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, and Jakarta. Its long-haul network isn't yet as pronounced, solely consisting of non-stop flights from Taipei to Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Seattle. Starlux's in-flight magazine also contains an extensive duty-free offering, including airplane models and lots of cool merchandise. As we're starting our descent into Osaka, it becomes apparent just how fast time has traveled. And that's one of the reasons why I believe good airlines are worth choosing. A common argument against paying more for full-service airlines or even premium cabins is that the flight takes just as long as a low-cost carrier in economy class. And that's true. I could have chosen the 10:40 a.m. flight on Peach instead of the 9:20 a.m. flight on Starlux and arrived in Osaka with $200 more in my pocket. But the argument I want to make is that for us humans, time isn't just measured, it's felt. And if you spend 3 hours enjoying yourself versus 3 hours in discomfort, those 3 hours will feel vastly different length. And Starlux makes it so easy to lose yourself in time. From its carefully crafted designs throughout the journey, their comfortable seats laden with features, to its unparalleled in-flight meals, Starlux is a pleasure to travel with. However, it comes at a cost. Starlux is an expensive airline to travel with. Coming in at roughly 3 times the cost of a low-cost carrier, its upsides aren't always worth it. Particularly when you look beyond its marketing and design, the airline isn't all too different from its full-service rivals in the region. EVA Air, China Airlines, and Cathay Pacific all provide complimentary meals and economy class on short-haul flights too, as do they offer in-flight entertainment. So whether the uniquely memorable touch that Starlux offers is worth paying extra for will be left to each individual passenger. As for me, Starlux is somewhat like the Apple of air travel. It's offering a good product, maybe even uniquely good in some aspects, but not necessarily in a generally useful way. But they deliver it in a flawlessly crafted environment that enhances your perception of the product. Is it objectively better than EVA Air, China Airlines, or Cathay Pacific? Not by much. But you'll have an easier time remembering they were, because in every step of the way they did something memorable, in addition to doing impressively well where it mattered, such as seat comfort, reliability, food quality, and entertainment selection. With that, welcome to Osaka's Kansai International Airport. Thank you very much for coming along today's journey. I hope you've enjoyed this brutally long video. If you did, why not subscribe, as we have plenty more of these videos coming up soon, or even become a channel member and help us further invest in the quality of our videos, starting at as little as €2 per month, which is just €24 per year. Thanks to these types of contributions, we can take more time to do things like reach out to companies like Airbus and clarify additional details about their new dimmable windows, or simply enhance the overall look of our content. But whether you are a channel member, a subscriber, or are simply stopping by for this one video, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon for a new video, hopefully next week, and until then, safe travels.